Welcome to Boatrek Live, and this is the first episode, and I will be talking about the second trailer for Star Trek Discovery Season 2, the one that premiered at New York Comic Con a few weeks ago. So, you have Pike has taken over the ship at this point. He's taken over the Discovery, and they receive a distress call, presumably from the Hiawatha. And this is just based on information that I've heard from the actors, and uh, I gotta move this, hide this. Shit, this thing keeps appearing. I don't want it to. Here we go. So on the right hand side, we have Burnham. In the middle, I think we have Pike, and then there's like on the left there's a red shirt guy who's gonna die at some point on the mission. So they're going to the Hiawatha on a rescue mission because Pike is that type of captain. He's gonna not leave anybody behind. Of course, this is the Discovery under attack at some point, and Saru is injured, and Burnham is helping him. And the voiceover here is Pike. You can't hear this, but he's saying, "You give your life, I give my life for you. You give your life for me. That's what Starfleet is all about." Blah blah blah. Let's move on. Nobody gets left behind, he says. He's a very noble captain. Anson Mount is a great addition to Discovery. So let's see where that goes. And they all say, "Aye, Captain." They're, really gung-ho for him. This guy is legendary. This guy on their bridge is he's like a celebrity to them. So, classic warp speed. They're not using that goddamn spore drive. Glad they only used that for one season and then got rid of that pretty quick. They may mention it at some point in season 2, but just don't even bother. This is Michael Burnham investigating the 7 signals, the red matter that's out there floating around that projects the type of energy that Starfleet and no other species, I guess, can understand. So this is a profound galactic phenomenon going on here that not only affects Starfleet but all other races within the galaxy. I guess they're very limited to where they can go at this point in time. So I think this whole season is going to be about them investigating, just trying to get to one of these red dots, red energy clouds, red nebulas that contain the red angels and all this, which I suspect is an ancient alien species. They appear across the galaxy, and Discovery must determine what the hell this thing is. Okay, then you have Amanda visiting Michael aboard the ship, and this is all about Spock being missing, and he had some kind of emotional crisis. Logic and spirituality clashed, and he couldn't make sense of things, and he's going through some kind of existential crisis. And maybe his adoptive sister, could help, I guess. Now, this season may be delving into the whole ancient alien theory about how seriously advanced civilizations, like millions of years old, have had technology for millions of years, and they're so beyond anything we can understand that they could somehow intervene at certain times of crisis when either the world or the solar or galactic community is on the brink of utter chaos or destruction. So it will be interesting to learn why these things are occurring, and will there be any explanation? Will they just like be very vague about it? That's my biggest fear, is that they won't get into enough detail or solve the mystery enough. But I think by the end they'll have that all wrapped up. Amanda just said they're calling it the Red Angel. So, and Burnham, which I think this shot here is the rescue mission on the Hiawatha, and Burnham was separated from Pike and the others after they rescued Tig Notaro's character, Janet Reno, I think. Denise Reno. Yeah. So they rescue her character, and I think this is where Michael Burnham gets separated. The ship it collapses on itself. She falls down. She breaks her leg, and she sees this thing. And she had this unmistakable feeling that as if everything was going to be all right. So they're not malevolent. They don't seem to be at all. So that's cool, I guess. Just as long as they explain it. So these pod things that are trying to navigate the asteroid field, that's the escape mission from the Hiawatha, I believe. And of course, I think at that point, Pike gets into a bit of trouble, and with the help of the Discovery Helms people and Burnham, they save his life. But anyway, this is Saru talking about believing in something like a greater power that could intervene at a time of crisis, I guess. And this one right here is a classic Klingon ship from the original series, it seems. You say they're going to tie in canon, and I see it as its own thing. Like, it's the Discovery verse. It's not anything that's really like 100% connected to anything else. But I take it for what it is, and if they can course correct and tie it more into canon to satisfy the people who have invested a lot of time and money in this franchise, maybe that could be actually worth it. So this is Emperor Philippa Georgiou, disguised as, I don't know, Klingon, I guess. This seems to be taking place in Laurel's garden. It's a set that they built for season 2, which features Laurel's garden. And she's in disguise. She looks very good. I like that outfit. And another thing about her is that she's joined Section 31 now, so she's some kind of operative. But only a handful of people know that she's not the real Philippa Georgiou. So, or Giorgio, however you want to pronounce it. So she gets to play both sides. She gets to play like kind of badass, but like has to kind of represent the noble or respectable nature that was the prime version of Philippa. No, it's a Section 31 badge. Why are they wearing badges? I don't know. The Discovery verse. So this looks like the mission. I think that all this kind of stuff happens in the first episode. They're going down the tubes. Of course, Captain Pike doesn't know that she's a Hitler-like fucking psycho. I mean, she's given the order to eliminate the lives of billions of good people, good species. Like, she's a terrible, terrible person. So it's very interesting to see someone so evil kind of just enjoy playing the good guy, but then secretly when she has to be completely ruthless and not able to bend the rules. Or, I mean, well, she's in Section 31, so she's going to break. She doesn't need to break any rules because I don't think they have very many, and that's why she's the perfect a candidate, I guess. I mean, when they Section 31, I guess, finds out about everything. When they found out about her, they were like, "Man, this is a score. This is the type of person we need, even though she is inherently fucking evil." And she says it's an invigorating ride. I'm sure it is because, uh, and Michelle Yeoh does a great job playing her. So I can't wait to see where that goes. And they could have a lot of fun with her. So yeah, that's Saru's eye opening, pupil opening up there. Skype is now enabled. I don't know what that means. Something just popped up. Go back. Now, this, I think, is the thing that they took out of Tilly, the interdimensional organism, which was a result of the spore from the last season landing on her shoulder. And this, they I don't know if they feed this thing or what they do with it, but it keeps growing. And I believe it grows to a massive size. And this is a strange theory, and I doubt this is true. It gives birth to Culber, like the fully adult formed Culber that we saw in the first season. Like, I don't know. They better explain that if that's the case, but I doubt it. I mean, I could be completely wrong about anything that I'm speculating about. So this is right in the background there. It's Ash Tyler and Laurel, and she has hair, and they're meeting up with this guy who's a member of the House of Core. I think he's the father of Cole because he's played by Kenneth Mitchell, who played Cole in the first season. Yeah. So he's doing something to Ash Tyler and Laurel. He's bonding them somehow with pain sticks. Maybe it's a wedding ceremony. Maybe he's making her less Klingon and transferring the Klingon over to Ash and making him look more Klingon. And that's how they explain subtle looking Klingons or some shit. I don't know. The clue to that is right here. Her design is far less extreme. She looks way more feminine, though her neck is still utterly hideous. This is Rebecca Romaine as Una, raised by Illyrians, I believe. Illyrians? Yeah. Now that's beta canon, or like, non-official canon, that her name is Una and she was raised by Illyrians. But they'll probably go that way. They probably won't even mention her name anyway. Just call her number one. But she's a great choice. Oh shit. Discovering the asteroid field, getting hit, getting some damage. This is Pike later on after he's transferred over to Discovery to be the captain for the unforeseeable future. He won't be there past this season, though. They keep him on, like, I don't know. I don't know about that. So this is Stamets performing the procedure on Tilly that extracts this crazy thing from her body. This thing right here. And if you notice in the background, Saru is standing there, and when he ducks, it's actually you look closely, it's a CG version of Saru because sometimes the alien's movements the actor is not actually capable of due to, balance. Just watch. Oh, shit. Gotta go back. It's when Saru ducks right here. It's a CG version. Oh, I could be wrong. But anyway, he's flicking this Ghostbusters thing out of her. It's a Ghostbusters it's a Ghostbusters ghost. It's Slimer. It's Slimer coming out of Tilly's chest. But anyway, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. And like I said, I believe that thing grows and grows, and they can somehow find some kind of valuable use for it, and they exploit it, and then it, like I said, maybe somehow gives birth to the adult Culber. I don't know how. I don't know how that actor is going to come back. I don't know if he is that spore thing, and like he transforms at the end or something. I don't know. This looks like the ship collapsing. Maybe that's some kind of other place. I don't know. So there's an episode in this season where we get to go back to Saru's home planet and meet his sister. And in the third short trek that's coming up, uh, that is connected to that episode. And it's I forget the name of the planet. It's not called Kelpie or anything like that. But anyway, there's an entire episode centered around uh, Saru getting sick or injured or something, and he needs help from his own people. And this right here appears to take place on his home planet. Now, this looks like the thing that they took out of Tilly, but fully grown. I don't know what the use for this could possibly be. So, this is Sarek meditating in his house. People holding hands, people holding guns, things exploding and pushing asteroids toward Discovery to cause more danger and for the people who are trying to escape. Pike saying, "This feels bad." He's a captain who's not afraid to tell it like it is. Michael running away. I think this is Saru getting in his one last bit of command before he hands it over to Christopher Pike. I think he's like kind of pissed off that he's finally the captain and he has to kind of give it up right away. Or he's the acting captain. This kind of stuff where Tilly's reacting and there's lightning going everywhere. I think that's Culber. He might take on different forms or something, but now this is a Philippa beckoning someone over to her, probably to slit their throat. Ah, now this is Spock who's talking about when he was a child, he had the same vision again and again, and it has something to do with this red angel. Now, we do know that this season will include flashbacks to when Michael and Spock were children and their relationship then, and it will parallel or give more context to what is going on in the present story. They're waking Spock up. Now his logical brain has been fried. He's going through some crisis, and believe it or not, that's the part I'm least interested in. I mean, yes, it's the connection to the Red Angels and all that stuff, but I just want to see how the writing quality has changed from season one to season two. And the first short Trek's Runaway is really just okay, and if it's any indication of the quality of season two, then that's not good. But I have faith that the next three short treks will be more reflective of the quality I'm looking forward to in season two. And obviously, they're messing with traditional characters like Spock now, who they said they weren't going to bring in, but now they brought him in, and let's see what they do with this character. I guess I don't know. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, they're going to fuck him up. He has a beard." What the difference does it make if he has a beard? I mean, it's the stupidest argument I've ever heard. That is unkempt and he doesn't look clean cut. Uh, well, totally out of context. You have no idea what's going on with him in the show yet. So if they mess him up like some people think, yeah, watch it first and judge for yourself. Don't just go into it saying, well, they've messed it up. So therefore, anything that happens is going to suck. I mean, a lot of things about season one kind of sucked, but it had great potential and it had plenty of room for improvement. And maybe season one would be a big learning curve for them, and they would eventually understand what to do in season two. And this is more thought out, more coherent, I think. I don't know. Just kind of wait and see. It's Spock.